to do a big professional countdown to make a start, but I decided to wait anyway.
Welcome back to fucking Hearth.
No one can tell me when it's time to go. Welcome back to Hearthfire Tales.
Hearth fucking Tales. Here we go.
Hearth fucking Tales.
We should get one of those old school hardcore band t-shirts that was like bury your fucking dead.
Oh yeah.
It's like Hearth fucking Tales.
But it's just like this stringiest tank top as well.
Oh, sorry. Ooh,
God. Ryan's lost the run of himself. He
I
got
know.
too excited.
Absolutely, yeah.
hitting the microphone with my
He
pen.
had some jelly beans earlier, and it's
Jelly beans.
Sugar Rush Central.
Yeah, they were the
studio
sugar-free
today.
ones, so I'm gonna need to run here soon.
It's a full placebo effect. You get literally the runs, and also
The runs.
and also you get the sugar rush.
And you lose the run of yourself. That was me. It wasn't even added in post.
If you could just get the next bit of the podcast on the way. Just if we could be quiet for a second. It's just 3, 2.
Welcome back to Lethwan, the land of might, magic, and miasmas of fear.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
I love
What
a
do you
good
mean? Yeah,
miasma.
okay. That was a perfect callback
I
to something
know.
that happened at the end. It was an M that we haven't used before.
I know.
It's-
I'm just so... I don't expect them to be good anymore.
I
You could have
mean,
said
me
might,
neither.
magic, and masters, because the last thing was the dragon was like, who dares
I could have,
disturb my master's
but
cave?
you know, that's a very generic one that I can call on later on when I'm struggling.
Yeah.
This is, you
That
know,
also makes me think of Masters of the Universe, which is also badass, but...
anyway.
I have the power. Did you guys not watch Masters of the Universe?
No, we did. It's just not the time to
Bert,
talk about it right now.
You're trying to get me to start, and you're going on tangents already, and
Look,
we're 3 minutes into the episode.
If He-Man is brought up,
No one brought up He-Man.
Masters of the Universe.
Anyway, just do a roll for recap for me.
I don't want to do this one, actually. But I rolled a 4.
Well, I got a 5.
I got
Right.
a 6.
Are you kidding me? Sequential. I love it. Okay, right. When last we left off, the party was in the Feywild. Bren, having succumbed to just tiredness in general, no fault of his own, managed to
All fault of his own, really.
managed to somehow not see the Hoots Force sneaking into the cave. They then kidnapped Sid and took him away from the party as Bren and the gang desperately searched for Sid through the darkened, twisted Feywild. Sid was being actively tortured by the cleric from the Hoots Force, who started removing fingers one by one until he told her where the location of the portals was. She alluded to knowing that there was not one but 2 portals in the area. Eventually, Bren managed to reach the clearing where they were torturing him and succinctly and efficiently hanged
Very
her,
efficiently.
putting her out of the combat. After a quick catch up and a bit of an emotive session, the party gathered themselves together, but were quickly interrupted by a zoop as a unicorn appeared in the clearing, carrying Mouse on its back. It took them some time, but they managed to calm Mouse and the unicorn. They kind of made a plan, got the lay of the land, and decided to move on as one big group. After a while, some of the party members found that they were a little scared for some reason, a little trepidatious about where they were going, as the realization of familiar sensations washed over them. The party realized they were approaching a portal. Eventually, they put 1 and 1 together and got 2 and realized that this was a portal to another realm, not Lethuan. After a not insignificant amount of time spent theory crafting and talking about stacking and leaves, they moved into the cave and saw what I would assume to be a portal to Shadowfell, guarded by a large dragon.
Lizard.
A large lizard, who announced something about who dares disturb his master's cave, I think.
Yep.
And then we rolled initiative, or we were about to roll initiative, I believe.
Yeah, so fucking roll initiative, bitches.
An initiative check, is that just a D20?
What? 48 episodes in.
Nat 20!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, see,
I don't
that's
know.
what I meant. Do I roll it? Do I roll a nat 20?
Do I roll a 20 or
24 on my initiative, thank you, Don't.
19 for me and Sid.
is Ryan in this fight as well?
No, Fink is.
Fink is your character now.
Yeah, I'm playing Fink.
You both got 19?
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
I figure I didn't need to have a roll off between us because I'll just take mine.
yeah, that's fine. I don't think that's ever happened before.
No, it was weird, especially because both of my rolls for Sid were 19.
Okay, but Bren, it is you at the top of the round to set the scene again. Everything is incredibly shadowy. You are barely able to make out this portal. It itself is essentially made of shadows. Everything is very, very dark. Like, it is not even dim in this cave. It is dark.
Yeah.
So dark that you weren't able to really see this shadow dragon that was like hidden up amongst the stalactites.
Yeah, he was full chameleon mode.
Yeah, it was full just, Batman whenever he just suddenly is able to
Yeah.
disappear into the
He's back
shadows.
fleck up in the
Yeah.
corner of the room. Yeah.
And this dragon has like unfurled its wings, come down, and basically challenge you for entering. You had lit a fire, a small little Bren flame in your hand.
Yeah.
And the shadows itself seem to like almost oppress it. It's very, very hard and difficult to see in here. You, with your like mysterious heritage,
Yeah.
are able to see probably a little bit better than the other members of your party. So you can more clearly see this dragon, and it is looking big and nasty and about to like breathe upon you all, but you have to jump on it. You're up first. What do you do?
I just want to... It spoke, so I want to just be like, oh, terribly sorry. Who are you? Who's your master? And where does that portal go?
Fuck, I don't know.
Do you know Inferno? Well, no, I guess it's Shadowfell, so it's not. Yeah. Never mind.
I mean, it spoke to us in English, so
Yeah.
or common, I should say.
Yeah.
in Lethe.
Lethe.
Lethe. Yeah, it spoke to us in Lethe.
It just looks down at you. It's just kind of finished speaking. You are getting, the drop on them as it is just kind of finishing speaking. It kind of looks at you puzzled as to why you're asking questions when it clearly is like prepping for like violence.
Well, it takes two to tango.
I'm sorry, what did you ask?
Who it is, who's its master. Also, I apologize. And then I said, who is he, who's his master, and where does the portal go?
Apology not accepted.
Oh, no.
My name's Nix, you little bitch.
Oh,
Hey!
oh, Sid, it's the thing you wanted to see.
We did a show about you. We kept your name scary for everyone. I'm scared. Dear reader, Sid has the fear condition.
Bren, while you're doing that and kind of like, quasi squaring up to this dragon, give me a perception check.
20.
You see that while it's like mostly black and shadowy, there's like hints of green underneath it.
Okay, so it's a corrupted dragon, maybe. Well, I don't know. I haven't got enough information to glean what I need from this.
Maybe it is the dragon of the Feywild.
And then it kind of just like gives a large roar and looks like it's pissed off talking and comes towards you.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to go, how rude. Didn't you know when you have guests, you're supposed to prepare tea? And I'm going to kick it in the chin.
Sure.
Okay, cool. Let me just roll. I'm going to roll all my attacks up at once because I'm going to hit it with the full
Nice, go for it.
salvo. Let me ask you this first, though. Does an 18 hit it?
Barely hits it.
Okay, so 3 hit. So it's 20 plus 4 plus 8, 32. So I'm going to jump up, smack him 3 times in the face with the quarterstaff, demand a cup of tea, and do 32 points of damage. And then I'm going to action surge, and I'm just going to take another attack action on him.
Okay.
I don't like the way you said that at all. That hits, and that hits. 19 further points of damage as I, again, smack him twice in the face. And I'm going to say, I will accept oolong.
Only.
Did no one ever tell you that it's not polite to punch your host in the face?
No, I've never been instructed in that. In monk culture, it is good to strike your host. I am preparing you. Unlike you, who did not prepare tea.
I'll prepare cruelty.
Damn, that's good. Dylan, take an inspiration.
Thank you.
Is Sid still afraid? Or just,
Yeah, terrified now.
Sid has the bothered condition. He just wants to get out of there.
It is the lair action. Because, of course, there's a lair action.
Of course, you can't survive without them.
I love lair actions so much, guys, okay? You see that all around you, shadows seem to, like, basically emerge from this portal, writhing and grasping towards you. Everyone needs to make strength saving throws. DC 15.
Oh, I rolled a 16 and I have a -1 to strength. Oh, sorry, that was a saving throw, was it?
Strength saving throw, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I 19.
Nice.
Then Fink is fine, Sid's not.
Okay, so if you got less than 15, you are restrained until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
So you can still attack, it's just at disadvantage. And you can't move. Bren, give me another either perception or insight check as you're like face to face with this dragon.
That is 8.
You don't. You're too busy just fucking laying the smackdown into its jaw to notice something. So Sid, you are up. You are restrained until the end of your turn.
Oh my god! I can't have it happen to me again. Oh my god! Fink, you gotta get out here. Go into your lightning form.
Oh yeah, you're also scared.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
So is Melody.
Yes, and so is Mouse.
Mouse has lived afraid.
Yeah.
But now I'm shackled by things holding my hands.
Yeah, so basically
This is the most intimacy I've had in ages.
all of these, they're not quite like the same as the shadows that had attacked you previously, but these are more kind of just like shadowy tendrils.
Like tangible shadows come up and grasp, kind of.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, fair.
Real fucking emo shit.
That's a real sexy move you've got there, dragon.
So yeah, with my bonus action, I'm going to have Fink go electric.
Yep.
And then
he's electric.
I prefer Electric Feel by MGMT.
Well, it's
song.
Oasis
I know.
season, so
Yeah. Take that, listeners. I got tickets. Now everyone will hate our podcast. But then, as Sid is panicking, in the same way that Sid summons, like...
Oh, actually, sorry. Sid, at the start of your turn, you can make another wisdom saving throw to try and stop it being frightened.
Oh, perfect. That's even better, then.
Yes.
And that's a 21.
Okay, you feel yourself kind of maybe like the shock of like actual danger has maybe brought you to your senses a bit, but whatever it is that's kind of washed over you from this like aura in the area, your mind is able to overcome.
Perfect. As Bren is swinging out of the dragon's jaw, he's going to shout at you and say, Sid, don't be scared. I've worked it out. This isn't threatening. It's just BDSM. Big
dragon.
Big dragon shadow magic. He's just restraining you.
Well, I think I'm going to name the episode BDSM now.
But I'm still restrained, right? I can't make a roll against
you are
that.
restrained. No.
Okay. So actually, this is perfect. This changes my flavor a little bit. But as Sid is like pushing out all this fear, that he's had, from the past, day where he's been tortured and everything.
Fair, yeah.
And then shadow magic and everything. And in the same way that Sid summons the Beast Fink from the circlet of the Dreamer, an ability we haven't used from this yet, Sid is going to push out a wave of fear right back at this fucking dragon.
Nice. Okay. Funnily enough, it is not immune to the frightened condition. So, I'll make a wisdom saving throw.
Go.
Was that a 1?
It was a 7, so also not great.
There's like a little gap. I can see your dice tray for once. This is great.
Let me just read.
Okay,
just
goddamn.
That fixed my view so nicely.
One day I forget my DM screen.
I'll put my cup here.
Now that
I
7
actually don't like being
does
able to see it.
become a 14, but that is still
That is less than 15.
that's less than 15. I think Nyx is going to use
Legendary resistance.
her first legendary resistance.
Bullshit.
That's a her. Sorry, I've been
It is.
referring to it as him.
It's okay. You weren't supposed to know I hadn't introduced myself properly.
Yeah, well, a polite host would have.
I think the flavor will be cool. Tell me how she washes, like, gets rid of it.
So you kind of like,
Sorry, I'm the DM now.
yeah, fine. Put me on the spot here, you bitch. You gonna like absorb some of this like latent fear energy, this like miasma of fear that's in the air that's kind of emanating from. And you kind of, I think when you cast this, you realize that this is not necessarily coming from the dragon, it is coming from the portal.
Okay.
And you kind of like redirect that and blast it out into her. And she kind of like looks at you and you kind of just see that, you know, I think you're channeling through the circle of the dreamer, kind of have a little bit of a glimpse into the dreamscape here, or into the dream theater. And you see more kind of like green scales underneath all of this shadow. And you see that kind of your fear rushes in and tries to like pierce in behind those scales, but like the layer of shadow around it like basically just absorbs it.
Nice.
And she's unaffected. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Thank you. That is.
Well, fine, I guess. Just tell me to do that more and I'll do it more. But your spell fails anyway.
Fine.
Fink is currently in lightning form. He looks at you. It's his turn now. Fink is like, you know, the glow from Fink is now kind of like illuminating the cavern a bit. You're able to kind of you're able to see this dragon now. It is bigger than Vespuccio. This is not a young dragon by any means. And Fink kind of looks ready, you know, wind, like air and wind kind of like coursing through his fur as like lightning is darting around it. It looks at you for commands.
So the dragon is on the ceiling, right?
The dragon is not, he's
kind of descended from the
descended
ceiling.
down, yeah.
He's descended. Okay. So he's going to use his bonus action to dash.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And his speed is doubled anyway. And I'm going to yell, Fink, get up on him! And basically is going to dash toward his tail.
I told you, I'm a girl.
Her, whatever. Yeah, sorry.
Nicks, like Stevie Nicks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, nice.
Ah, okay, cooler.
Oh, running
Cooler.
in the shadows. Very good.
Yeah. A witch. So going to run up her
Guys
tail.
are so impolite.
Gonna run up her tail onto her back.
Okay, yep.
And basically, when Fink gets to the back of her head, is gonna do, you know, what he's learned from Bren and start doing these double kicks,
Nice.
electric
Go
field
for
double
it.
kicks.
Hey, Fink, welcome to the dragon.
Yeah, I guess you're on there too.
Yeah, I'm imagining Bren like just doing loads like monk bullshit with the staff and like vaulting around and like
100%.
like
yeah,
real anime sequence.
Yeah, 100%. Like on its like dragon beak, jumping onto like stalactites and you know swinging out of its fucking mandibles or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that gets Fink up beside Bren, basically.
Yes.
Within 5 feet.
Yeah, so he'll have advantage.
It didn't like when I kicked it here.
That's a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
So that is 10 damage, and then Nyx needs to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Passes.
Okay. And that's the end of Fink's turn. So he's up on top with Bren.
Nice. It is then Melody's turn. Melody will repeat their saving throw. Will fail. And so are still scared, which is not great for them. None of you has taken damage yet because nothing has gone yet. Will sees that you are broken out of this. Will run over to you and go, okay, let me help. Touches your quiver and casts flame arrows on it again. So each arrow you do for this fight will do an extra d6 fire damage.
Nice.
It does require their concentration, so if they get hit or anything like that, then it might
fire
break.
goes
but-
out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then we'll see you face to face with the dragon, Bren, and we'll give you an inspiration.
Oh, cool.
It is then Vespuccio's turn. Vespuccio, caught unawares, will use his action to try and turn into a dragon. Vespuccio is still
Poisoned.
poisoned. There wasn't enough magical unicorn touches going around for Vespuccio to be to get healed. Okay, but he kind of like manages to overcome this and goes, it's time for the dragon off, and he goes into his YCD form and basically starts like squaring off against Nyx. He is, to lean into the pun here, very much in her shadow. Like she is much bigger than him.
Okay.
And then his action to transform, and then her seeing this and seeing another dragon goes fucking nuts and will
Was it mating season?
It is mating season. I'm not into copper ones. And
Run, Vespuccio!
She's gonna get you.
And will release a shadow breath, which is going to get you, Bren, because you are aforementioned.
Can I
No.
argue the point? I said I was on its beak, on top of its beak. It cannot spray fire at me if I am literally on the emitter.
She pulls her head back
Shit.
a foot, and you take the full brunt of this.
No! Let me soak it, party.
Okay, I'm gonna say, Sid, you also didn't say you'd moved off to the side or anything like that.
I'm restrained.
Oh yeah,
You got me pinned down.
Oh
bitch.
yeah.
He's in the BDSM.
So I'm guessing I have disadvantage on this, which also makes no sense.
You do have disadvantage on this.
I would figure I just failed, but whatever. D&D.
It's stuff like this isn't like you actually hitting her. It's like
I'm gonna go.
Yeah, it's how well can you like close your eyes and flinch against it, kind of.
yeah, it's still like you're still getting hit, but maybe it's just
That was a nat one.
mechanically you're not doing the greatest afterwards.
I'm not gonna roll my other one.
Do I get to save against it, or
Yeah, you do get to save against it. Yeah.
being in?
Yeah.
In the
And again, on the same vein, it doesn't make like you should
Yeah.
just fully get hit, but you still get it.
Yeah, am I protected by it because Bren's entire body?
That's what I was saying. I'll just soak it. Was it a deck save?
It is a deck save, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd say that is
And it's
23.
yes, so it's DC 18. So Fink doesn't get hit because he's on the back. If you got hit, it's 40 necrotic damage.
40 or 14?
40.
40.
So 20 on
20 on a save.
Cool.
Vespuccio gets hit and doesn't look too happy about it, but there's not much he can do as it's not his turn.
When I get that hit, it was like a wave of darkness it shot.
Yes.
I said, no, that is also rude to turn the lights off. I'm going to turn them back on, and I'm going to hellish rebuke it and counter its darkness with fire.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So I do a dex save, which I pass. You still do the damage though.
Okay, cool.
I just take half.
19. I wanted to go off in its mouth.
Yeah, you see.
I'm trying to stymie the flow of darkness by like incinerating it at its base.
Sure, yeah. It is back to the top of the initiative, and it is your turn, Bren. But before you can do that, she will take her legendary actions.
Actions? You
Well,
only do one.
She will use 2 actions to use a wing attack. So that is Brent and Fink. You need to make dexterity saving throws. Finks.
Who's on the back?
Yes, as her wings start like buffeting around, everyone within 10 feet of her must do dexterity. Yeah, DC 18.
Oh, that's a 14. But I might blow a luck point.
Think passes.
Okay. It's going to be an attack, or I'm not going to blow a luck point. It'll be fine.
Okay.
It's early in the fight to be blowing luck points.
You take
Should I blow a luck point?
16 points of damage.
That's not too bad.
Fink doesn't take that at all. He passed.
Jumps on her wing. Does a backflip. Lands on her.
Brain, you're knocked prone.
was
So
worried about
basically, you
that,
just get blasted back by this shadow breath, basically pinned to the ground with it as you like reach out, do Hellish Rebuke, and she then lifts up into the air. And like
With Fink
hovers
on
with Finker on her, yes.
Yes.
She was hoping to kind of like brush him off, but doesn't manage to. And then back to the top of the round, and Bren, it is you.
It's half my movement to get up.
Yes.
And then would I still be in range to hit her again, or
You would have to like jump up or do some sort of monkey bullshit to hit her, but she is like,
You should assume I'm doing that as standard.
yes, I know, but I'm just there will be now roles involved in doing it. You can't just say you're doing it.
Okay, grand.
She is like 20 feet up in the air.
Okay, cool. I am going to I'm going to try and use this being knocked prone. I'm going to try and use the momentum of this wing blast to like roll backwards into a position where I can kind of like, you know, that like backwards over the head roll thing.
Oh yeah.
And then use that as almost like to build potential energy to run up a wall and get at her. I want to like tack off a wall.
Give me a
punch her in her dragon
athletics
ankle.
Acrobatics check.
Cool.
To see can you basically reach up together. I'm going to say this is for you. I think this is just a DC. We'll say same as her AC 18.
So I just got to roll a 9 or higher. A 1. Never mind. This is where I'm going to blow my luck point. Okay. A 6. I don't do it.
You have.
I have Melody's inspo.
Actually,
Yeah.
don't you re-roll once anyway?
I do. I think that's just
No.
on attacks, which
Yeah,
is
just
my great weapon. Yeah.
Got ya.
I rolled a set, so I'll burn Melody's inspiration. 4. Okay.
Nice.
Boom.
You get up there.
Okay. Yeah. So I roll back, get this kind of momentum, tack off the wall, slip a little bit, but manage to get it on a lower foothold, jump up, and I am going to try and like grab onto her ankle and just start like laying into her like lower leg, I guess, and go for the joint.
Okay. I'm not Achilles. I don't know why you're going for my ankles.
Yeah, well, you'll die just like him. I start badly like trying to jam the quarterstaff into her ankle.
Sure.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna roll up the 4 again. Not 20.
Nice.
Oh, second not 20.
Jesus Christ.
I threw it the exact same way. I'll do it again. No, sad. 16 doesn't hit, right?
No.
Okay, so 2 crits.
2 crits, nice. And you will get sneak attack on one of these because Fink is within 5 feet.
Sick. 26 points damage.
Doubled
Doubled.
to 52.
52. Yeah.
Fuck,
Okay.
nice.
Nice. So yeah, I'm going to basically just really fucking lay into her lower hanging leg. Am I okay to be clinging to her leg?
Give me just this,
Athletics or
athletics check.
no? 4.
Yeah, so you basically you use all your management to get up there. You just fucking block her in some sort of weak point in her ankle.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, my ankle!"
Turns out you are Achilles.
But you fall back down to the ground afterwards.
Float down, Mary Poppins style.
Yeah. It is then the lair action again. And Bren, you see as you've been kind of like toe to toe, and you've just done a huge amount of damage. Like you essentially like break her ankle with your magical staff. You see a lot of this shadow magic kind of emanates from the portal and refixes her ankle.
Oh, okay. Sid, she's being healed by the BDSM.
Unfortunately, the ritual to close the portal takes a while.
And we need something from inside it.
Yeah.
Hey, she spoke about a master. Do you think something is on the other side casting healing spells at her?
I mean,
Like, hands in the air, Sid. I'm fully going through that portal before we close it. Should I go through now?
Bren, the thing that I've realized too is I don't know if I want to kill this dragon because I think this is the dragon of the Feywild.
I think I saw a bit of green. Maybe it's corrupted. Can I re-roll my perception check when I'm up on its...
Sure.
like, up around
Yeah.
it? Much better. 21.
You see that there are like hints of green there, but she is practically made of shadow as well.
Yeah, Sid, no, this is definitely like a green dragon that's being corrupted, like the Fey, like the world around it. I'm going to go through the portal first chance I get, Sid. I'm going to try and shut it off from the inside, or at least whatever's creating.
Do you know how to do the ritual?
No, but you need something from the inside.
I do.
And also, I think whatever her master might be, if it's not, you know, that prick we're after, they're going to be on the other side of the portal. So I'm going to have a quick little poke around in there.
You're gonna leave us here?
Well, you know, something's coming through the portal. Maybe I can stop it from the
I'm
other
just
side.
a bit worried because time goes shorter in the Feywild, or like more time can pass in the Feywild than it does in Lethuan.
Well, how's about this then?
What if it's the other way around?
Maybe. What if I just poke my head in? I'll get a real old head.
Yeah, maybe.
You guys sure talk a lot when it's on your turn.
Shut up. Shut up.
Anyway, why don't you roll a d4?
3.
And you see from the, not from the portal itself, but again, kind of like around the portal and like from behind, like stalagmites and like pillars and stuff in this cavern, 3 of those living shadows that you guys have previously fought appear.
Oh, fuck.
Sid, it's your turn.
Sid is now free. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm actually going to try and do a level 2 spell slot for my Hail of Thorns, which gives an additional 1d10.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
sick.
nice.
On it. Is there a way that I can position myself that I can get everybody?
What? Yeah, I think you
I want
can.
to focus my arrow on her. She's in the air. Where is she at?
So she's like 20 feet in the air. So I think in order, if you're to get her, you're going to need to get. I'm assuming you want to get her and the shadows.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to get probably up fairly close, not in melee with the shadows, but like relatively close to them, so that you can get them in the cone of it.
Okay.
So yeah, you can rush up there, kind of like line it up and let loose.
Okay. How far did I have to move to do that?
We'll say like 15 feet.
All right. I'm gonna try and do that with all my shit. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's not the face of a happy man, Ryan.
You know all that talk about Sid being not afraid anymore or whatever? That's the only flavor I can think of for Sid being so fucking worthless in this fight at the moment. Yeah, I've missed that. Which means Hail of Thorns doesn't go off.
Okay, because Hail of Thorns is on a hit. Okay. Yeah, just make sure you're marking that you've got, so you're concentrating on that.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm going to use my last 15 feet and run right back to where I was.
Yeah, okay, hit and run. Well, miss and run tactics, I guess.
But Sid missing there was telling Fink what not to do. So we're going to take our coordinated attack.
Yep, go for it.
And Fink is going to attack Nix in the back of the neck again. You're not up there anymore, right?
No, I absolutely failed in my effort to stay up there.
Fink is going to get 17.
17's not going to do it.
Yeah, so that's a miss.
Okay. So
Now it's Fink's turn.
now it's Fink's turn, yes.
So Fink is going to try again
Yeah.
and roll the same fucking thing.
I've had those fights, dude. I've had those fights. That's my
You see
usual.
that Fink is too busy just trying to like hold on. Like he's like trying to like basically dig his lightning claws into just like pure shadow. So all of his focus is just on hanging on and not being like buffeted from her back.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Sid Fink's going to use his bonus action,
Okay.
and Fink is going to jump from her. Bren, we need you here. Fink, check out the portal.
Okay.
And Fink is going to dive off of the dragon.
Okay.
Because he's got double speed,
Yeah.
and bounce off of Bren's back. Oof. Into the Shadowfell portal.
Sure. She is going to take an attack of opportunity
It's fine.
and basically just like whip out with a tail attack, which will hit. And Fink takes.
I see what you've done. You've put us in another Animon battle. This is like a Pikachu versus a Dragonite.
Fink takes 11 points of bludgeoning damage as he runs into the portal.
And then, I mean, he's got like a billion speed.
Yeah, in lightning form. Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Let me see exactly how much that is. He's got 160 speed. So, like,
What?
yeah, his speed is doubled. His base speed is 40.
I've
And then
fucked up.
he's taking the dash action.
Oh, yeah.
Or the dash bonus
Yeah.
action. He's got 160
Yeah.
speed.
I mean, that makes sense. He's quick attack personified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fink just fucking zips out of there.
just to see some things maybe and maybe
Cool.
come back in.
Comes back in wearing a t-shirt that says, I went to Shadowfell and all I got was this t-shirt.
Yeah. Fink goes into the portal. Probably has enough. Are you giving him the order to just go in?
Just
Have
do a
it
quick
dip
scout
in
and
and out,
dip
yeah.
in and out.
Okay. Okay.
To see if there's danger on the other side.
Uh,
Yeah, think. Go check and see if there's a spellcaster on the other side or something like that, and dip out.
I think I've no problem with Fink kind of being able to zip in and out. That makes sense. That's fine. There's enough movement for that to happen. Remind me on what your rules are for communicating with Fink. Is it still kind of the same? Like, I know we've kind of like
Think. It's always been like, when the base, like communication for a ranger and animals, but we've always kind of like amplified that.
So I think.
I mean, you've had him do choreography to say very complex things in the past. So I've got to kind of put this in your court.
I have done that, but that doesn't often come up in the middle of a fight.
Yeah, but he can at least say if a yes or no if there is a thing that he's been asked to.
Yes,
I'm saying, is
fine.
there
Is there like a
threat?
spellcaster?
Yeah. is
You
there a
well could
threat?
have trained him to like dip his head for no and raise his hand for yes. Or
Oh
something.
yeah, getting a yes or no answer, absolutely fine.
Just,
no
is there a
problem.
threat which he would be able to know from hunting? You know.
Give me a perception check for Fink.
Okay. Smell.
No.
19.
Fink comes out. You've asked him, is there a threat in there? He comes out and he nods his head.
Okay.
Sorry, Dylan. It was a dip of the head for no and a raise
Sorry,
of the paw for yes.
He raises his paw and gives a weird rat thumbs up.
Okay. I just wanted Bren to have an answer before he wastes a turn sticking his head.
I
in,
mean,
you know?
yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm doing nothing. So
One of the shadows is going to go up and attack Fink. Will absolutely whiff his attack because Fink is just fucking darting around way too fast. One is going to go for you, Bren. Does a 15 hit?
That is my armor class.
Okay, so you are going to take. Actually, you know what? Melody is going to see this happening.
Okay.
Knows what happened the last time,
Okay, good. Yeah. Mel.
and I don't think I've ever used this ability, but we'll use cutting words.
oh. Do you have the words ready? Is this why
Yeah.
you've never used it?
Yes, and they will say cut.
Luckily, the shadow guy has been an actor
No.
and it's like, oh, okay.
No, they throw them some shade.
And the attack
Come on.
misses.
Come on. That's a good pun. Dylan, with your puns, you need to think that that's a good pun.
It was
The
pretty
shit
good.
we let you get away with.
it was pretty good. It
And
was-
throwing shade at a shade.
Yeah, okay. Fine. And then there's one more shade, and I think it will go for you, Sid. It will also throw shade at you. That is a 16.
I'm going to use my cloak of spider silk.
Okay, so disadvantage. 14?
That still hits.
Are you wearing the Hoots Forces armor?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a +1 armor.
Oh, nice.
So, does that still hit?
Oh, yeah, I forgot I took that fucking armor. Yeah. No, it does not.
Okay, well then.
So, caustic black spider silk.
It's been a
Streaks
while
from the
since we've
cloak.
had this. For all you listeners at home, I've given the guys some ability cards, which I think has reminded them of some of the abilities they've forgotten from 30 episodes ago.
Yes.
Yeah. So, dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. That's a D12. That's not. I rolled a 12 on it though.
Hey, it's up one.
Yeah, it is 17.
Ah, that's fine.
But it still interrupts their attack and basically imposes disadvantage, so it misses. You like whip your cloak around like Dracula style, and like webs go, and then like kind of corrode
Dracula
into the,
style. I think you mean like bullfighter style.
Sure, yeah. Do you reckon in canon Drow have like spider fights the same way that like Spanish people have bullfights?
100% they do.
Yeah.
100% they do.
Okay, it is Melody's turn. They're going to see that you are struggling, Sid, and will give you an inspiration.
Thanks. Could have used that last turn.
We'll also try to get past their fear. They still do not.
God, they're wildly effective, even scared.
No, it can't approach anything. So, yeah, only has range things. We'll look at the one that they said cut to, and we'll say, and now I'm going to throw shade at you. Wasn't that so funny, guys?
Melody, that's so funny. Did you just think of that?
Yeah, it just came into my head just now.
I'm quitting this podcast.
And you see that the this shadow just looks like it's been hurt a little bit from mockery.
I quit.
It looks like a shadow of its former self.
Wait.
Oh, I got 3 hues. Usually I exist in the 1 hue sphere.
I'm not laughing at any of your jokes the rest of the day either.
Oh, I
That's
see
a
that as
challenge.
I see that as a pressure check.
It's Vespuccio's turn. Vespuccio fucking leaps into action, wings buffeting the ground, goes forward. Actually, none of you guys are around Her is free to use his
breath weapon.
His breath weapon.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
You see that he let loose his acid breath, so he does not have fire. He has acid and will basically just fucking let loose. Just passes. The line becomes a 14, which is the DC, but will still take 20 points of acid damage.
Oh, Vespucci, go! Yes, I made him laugh. One joke.
Yes, that was a snort.
That was a laugh, Ryan. You did not last very long at all.
Snort is all that was. It's more Dylan I'm mad at. Because you actually make funny puns sometimes, Jim.
Thank you.
He can't even come up with M's.
At the end of Vespuccio's turn, Nyx is going to use a legendary action to basically whip around and try and make a tail attack on him, which she misses. And then it is her turn again.
She's doing a whip around of all the shades. Hey, look, these guys are here for a visit. Can we get a whip around to buy some fucking tea?
And then it's going to, at the start of her turn, reroll to see if her breath weapon comes back. It does.
I can verify that because I see everything Dylan has rolled in this episode.
Yeah.
He's actually he's put it up here, almost taunting
It was
me.
actually specifically to taunt you, yes. Sid, you've kind of run back to where you were. Bren, you're kind of like below her. And Vespuccio is kind of like in her face. Fink is kind of just at the portal, so I think he's probably fine. I think she will position it so that Vespuccio and Sid can take it. Otherwise, she'll be going down too low to get you, Bren.
Yep.
So dexterity saving throws, please, Sid and Vespi. Oh, Vespi is good.
What am I trying to hit?
You are trying to hit an 18, I believe I said.
Yeah, I get that.
Nice. You only take 20 points of damage.
Necrotic, right?
Yes. And you see that Vespuccio is looking injured now. And this dragon's still looking pretty healthy. Relatively healthy. She seems to be like rejuvenating from this shadow portal that is open. But that is the end of her turn. And it is, Bren, your turn.
Right. Okay. Well, we've established that there's some kind of threat through the portal. I'm going to go deal with this because, frankly, this Dragonoff is dragging on.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good.
Thank
Ryan,
you.
you have to laugh that one, that was good.
I don't.
That was the one I had planned to work. Yes.
I was more laughing at myself.
I'm going to dip and basically go through the portal. I want to do it like a load of round-off backflips through the portal.
Sure. Bren,
Yeah.
doing his best Simone Biles impression, just starts flipping through the portal.
Oh, I could never.
Are you just sticking your head through, or are you going fully through?
I think I'm going to fully go through because Fink got in and out.
Fink has kind of done the
Yeah.
bit of recon. Yeah, makes sense. I even have something written for this, Bren, because I know how much of a fiend you are for portals.
I'm a real fucking portal fiend.
You see your mom.
Yeah.
This is your home.
See
You
your
left
whole
all
family.
these.
Bren, as you go through this portal, nothing really seems to change overly much. However, you become instantly more aware of what you have been feeling. So it's not like you're experiencing something new, you're more re-experiencing what's been around you.
Yeah.
And you kind of step through this portal and you're in a dark, desolate wasteland. You're amidst a pile of like what looks to be rubble. Like you go through this portal and you almost have to like climb over some rubble as you're going through it. And it looks like as if it's, maybe the cave in the reflection of the cavern that you've just left.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's like the rubble of that. But as you use more of your senses and, your heritage, whatever makes Bren is helping you see in the dark in this dim light more and more.
The fire in my blood.
You realize that it's not just like rubble, but it's also debris. And you look around, and despite there being no source of direct light here, just gloom, you're able to see around you. But it seems as if all of the color has been taken out from this land. This is a land of shadow. And in the Feywild, where Wenceslas's castle was standing, here there's only ruins. And you kind of realize that you're standing in like almost like a crater from that.
Okay.
And you see all around this land around you signs of a huge conflict from maybe ages past. These seem like well worn in scars. You hear wind running over the broken, jagged landscape, and it reaches your ears, sounding more like the hushed whispers of secrets and conspiracies of things that have been forgotten. You smell blight and decay, the same as you've been smelling and feeling in the forest that you've just been in, but not quite amplified. Amplified is not a word that you could ever use to describe this place. It's more like the smell has been deepened. The very feel of the air around you is heavy on your skin, and you feel that an aura of dread that you've been previously able to push off. You feel that again, and it's not of fear. It's not of like a heightened emotion, but it's pure apathy. When you were in the Feywild, you kind of like felt its presence there, as you felt this realm's presence as the opposite of life, but you're experiencing it through like the lens of the contrast of what you had known the Feywild to be, and now there's nothing to contrast against. Nothing matters in this space. Nothing feels as if it could be permanent here. It's transient, it's dark, it is a fell place bathed in shadow. And you kind of shake this off, you look around, and you see shapes of grim humanoids around you. There's various shapes and sizes, various forms of corporeal reality. Their faces and features are formless. They almost look as if they're the shadows, or they're almost the shadows that you're fighting currently through the portal and that have been attacking you, but have maybe not fully yet succumbed to whatever this transformation is. And you see that one by one, their eyes light up as much as could be said. There's light in this place, and some of them begin to draw weapons, small daggers or cudgels, others just baring teeth or flexing claws. There's about 24 of them, and they begin shuffling towards you and surrounding you. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh. It's custom when somebody comes into your house to prepare tea. Oh, fuck. Dex save, was it?
Yes.
That's 17.
Okay, 17. You see all these fucking weirdo shadow people just like start like swarming you around you. You're able to react though, and you start like dodging in and out of them. You have your action. You should basically just use your movement to go in. What would you like to do? What are you doing in here?
First off, I want to check to see if I can see any of them doing anything that might be causing the dragon to kind of regenerate on the other side.
What sort of check would you like to do? You can kind of give me like a insight or arcana. Really, are probably the two. If you're trying to detect spellcasting, or if you're just trying to detect the type of things that people are doing.
12.
You don't see any kind of like, you don't see any kind of spellcasters or anything. Okay. And kind of, again, there's quite a lot of them, and they all seem to be kind of like focused on you, and a lot of your attention is going to just, avoiding them and staying safe. They are not like attacking in any sort of...
The kind of mindless zombie stuff?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So while I think I could, being as agile as I am, kind of avoid them for a while, it's not going to benefit it. I if I had seen someone in here who was, channeling dark magic through the portal or whatever, then yeah, I would have stayed and fought and taken them down. But if it's just, as we thought, like a passive breach of energy that's corrupting the Feywild, then what I need to do is get a weapon or something off one of these guys to bring back through so Sid can close the portal. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go full in, and I'm going to try and take a weapon from one, or see if there's something I can grab to bring back with me.
Great. So what you're going to need to do is make a DC 25 check. You can tell me what type of skill or ability that you're using to hit that.
25.
Yes. It will get easier as you go in, but as this is your first time in, if you can do it really, really well, you can basically go in, grab something. Like, you might be able to disarm one of these guys who have like a blade or something, or...
What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see... You mentioned they have cudgels and stuff, right?
Yes.
I'm going to try and see if I can find one with a blunt weapon, so I've got a lot more to grab at than a bladed weapon.
Okay.
And I am going to try and basically use acrobatics to flip over them and grab that on my way over to the portal.
Nice. Go for it.
But not 20. That is a 29 to grab it.
Goodbye, Shadowfell.
Yeah, you just like, I think something maybe like internally, you kind of like start channeling, you got the mobility from being in the Feywild and resonating with that. That kind of like energy courses through you.
Yep.
And you just fucking avoid all of these people mindlessly attacking. Just one guy with this like just like iron rod just goes to swing and you just go yoink.
And then I'm going to fully just run back through the portal. I'm going to turn around and be like, ship her up. And then I'm going to run through the portal. Do I still have my action?
No, your action is to
grab.
Yeah.
You gotta ask this.
I mean, I appreciate the hustle, but
Yeah.
Well, what I do have is an evil club now. I'm going to just dip back through them and call that a go.
Yeah, so everyone sees Bren dip out, comes back, he just has just like a metal rod.
Hey guys, it's real grim and oppressive in there. It's not nice at all, and there's quite a few of these pricks there. But am I right in thinking that it is like these guys, but like their corporeal bodies, more like it's the shades, but on the other side?
Yes, kind of. It's more like that you think those things at the other side will maybe eventually become shades.
Okay, yeah. There's a load of dudes back there, and all of them
Bunch of shady characters.
Yeah, bunch of shady characters. That's exactly it, Sid.
Thank you, Dylan.
All in all, I don't think
Melody chimes up and say, Bren, would you call them shady characters?
I would, yeah, absolutely, Melody.
Thought we were moving past this.
Very good, Melody. Very good. I write that in my book of jokes under Melody. All in all, not recommended as a holiday vacation, but absolutely corrupting this. We need to close the portal. It's corrupting the Feywild.
You bounce out. You have that. Melody looks at you and says, "Okay, give that to me and I'll start."
You can start the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were able to close the.
I throw it at her way too hard with the adrenaline. I throw it at them way too hard with the adrenaline.
Can they move toward the portal? Yeah.
Yeah, they just can't move towards the things that they're afraid of, but
just
they can kind of like circle
around.
around. Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you said the portal was the source of the fear.
Yes, but they are frightened of
Dragon.
the physical things. So basically, they have been, and the same would have been for Sid, that you just have this aura of fear upon you, and then anyone that's hostile to you, you are frightened of.
Fair enough. Okay.
So the portal is the
frightened
source
of the
of
speaker, not the battery.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to take at least 2 turns for you to burn some luck points in there, Bren, but yep.
Couldn't have done better.
Nope.
Couldn't have done better. Thank you, Dice. You've been doing well for me today.
You see as, again, this portal kind of like pulsates a bit, heals the shadow dragon for more. And as well, kind of like there's this washing over effect of like necrotic energy. You all need to make Constitution saving throws. This is a DC 15.
Pass.
Fail. Sorry, would this count as a poison?
No.
Okay. I think passes as well.
Bren and Melody, your max HPs are reduced by 8. Sid, it's your turn.
Sid's gonna drop to a knee and try and do a big old shot at.
Go for it.
The Hail of Thorns is still in effect, right?
Yeah,
So can you like stack sharpshooter with that?
I'm going to.
Sick.
Nice.
So 18 to hit. Sid's mad. I'm very mad. And just blasting out with power this. It's hitting Vespuccio. There's nothing we can do because the Hail of Thorns is there and its next hit.
Yeah.
I have no way of avoiding it.
Now, this shadow dragon next is probably 20 feet long.
Okay. I mean, it's just within 5 feet of target. So if you want to say it only hits.
I think that's fine. It's like, it's big enough that you can hit
hit the other end
belly.
of it.
Yeah.
That's nice of you.
I know.
Yeah, I just shoot it upward.
Basically, yeah.
Right. Does he have to fire at disadvantage because he only has 3 fingers?
No, because those are my shooting fingers.
Yeah.
No, just trying to be a dick.
And Vespuccio is beside her
Yes.
within 5 feet.
Yes.
So I get my sneak attack.
Yes.
And I'm blasting a fucking hit dice.
Okay, yeah.
My last D10 hit dice.
Okay,
that I
go
have.
for it. So you're good channeling the Circle of the Dreamer. Kind of the fear was ineffective earlier, but so you're just going for raw fucking
Yeah. And with
pain.
Yeah. So that gets me 1d8 plus 2d6 plus 3d10 damage.
That was a lot of words that you just said, but I know they all washed over me, but sure.
So 1d8 for the
No, I trust you. I couldn't keep track.
yeah. Well, for the dear listener, 1d8 for the bow, 2d6 for sneak attack, 1d10 for my Circlet of the Dreamer,
Yeah.
and 2d10 for the Hail of Thorns.
And 1d6 for your flaming arrows from Melody.
I need a d6.
Oh, that's a good fiery dice.
Couple of ones, which is sad. So that is 44 points of damage into the belly of the beast.
Oof. That is big.
Yeah. Oh, I should have used my arrows that I got from his quiver too, which would actually. I did 45 points of damage.
I actually remember that as you're doing everything else, and I didn't want to say earlier because I was like, oh,
And I poisoned it.
you can poison it if you want.
Sure, I hadn't used a bonus action. It's
Sure.
a bonus action to poison, right?
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah.
It is a green dragon. It was originally a green dragon. It is immune to poison.
But I poisoned the shadow.
Mark off that you've used one of your poisons.
Fucking bullshit. You're just mad because I tricked you into giving me a lot of poison last time.
Yep. No, actually, when I was setting this, I was like, I guarantee you Ryan's going to try and fuck me and use that poison against me, but it's not going to work. For reasons I've already planned out.
But it's the shadow dragon. You said that shadow was part of who she was,
It is.
and I'm poisoning that part.
But the core of her is still...
Shut the fuck up, Jim. Whose side are you on, Mr. Hit Everything, this episode?
Sorry, I'm never on this
Huh?
side of the
Who
fence.
got to fucking hang somebody last episode, and I'm just trying to shoot him with a goddamn arrow.
You have to know my struggle, Ryan. No, it's...
It's Fink's turn.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's Fink's coordinated attack. And Fink's gonna attack on the shade that is in front of him.
Yeah, so there is... The shade situation is as follows. There is one... there wasn't one on Bren, actually. Bren zipped away. Probably should have taken an opportunity attack. It is back on you. You basically pop back out, and it's there waiting for you, and it's like, blah.
Hi, buddy.
There's one on Sid, and there's one on Fink. Fink's going for the one on himself.
Yeah.
Cool.
How close is he to Bren, with Bren coming back?
They are
think
both essentially beside the portal,
After
so...
the shared experience of that last
Sure,
episode,
I'll
we're
take
much
that.
closer.
I'll take that. Pack tactics.
Yep.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Okay. 14 damage.
Ooh. This shadow is looking super, super wispy.
And it needs to make a dazed thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because this time I'm not trying to prank you into thinking I can pin it.
Yeah. This shadow is not dazed.
Okay.
And then it's Fink's turn proper.
And he's going to do it again.
Nice.
Gonna hit.
Yep. It's dead.
He did it. I just rolled max damage too.
Well, you can tell me how much that was if you want.
No, it's okay. It's not that much. It's just 2d4.
Yeah.
Plus 7. So it's one more than he did last
Just,
attack.
yeah, blast through it. It is gone. That's Fink's turn. It is the Shadow's turn. One of them is going to continue wailing on you, Sid. That is going to hit.
No,
with
it
a
won't.
22. You take 5 points of damage, and your strength is reduced by
None.
1, actually.
But it's not.
And then the one on Bren at 12 is going to miss you.
Sid's so angry.
It is
Just having a
Melody's
bad day.
turn. What's going to happen here is Melody basically needs to start channeling power into this portal. If you remember, first kind of everything needs to be kind of cleared from the portal. So a lot of time it's almost like a wound within like the fabric of reality. Kind of needs to be cleaned out first, and then pressure applied to it, and then severed to be healed. What Melody's going to need to do now, and will need to be protected as they're doing so, is basically going to be concentration. So as they start concentrating on this now, your quivers go out, your flame arrows. They're going to basically they're going to be doing a few rounds of ability checks. If people want to help by essentially providing spell slots, providing your innate spellcasting ability or key points or anything like that that you think can do it, that might be to speed up the process and kind of give them bonuses to their rolls to do it. And so you've just thrown them this black iron rod. They take it, they kind of plant it into the ground near the side of the portal, and you see them start kind of channeling into it. They're going to make their first check. Okay, it is not great. You see that they kind of they look at it and they start channeling magic, and you see them visibly wince under the strain and the pressure of it. And they kind of turn around and they're like, guys, I think I'm gonna need some help with this, and if you can, if not, it's gonna take a while. This thing is incredibly powerful. This is way bigger than the one in the forest from before, but they have begun the process anyway. It is just taking them a while. There's still kind of progress happening to it, but anything that you can do to help will be of benefit.
Okay,
Cool.
And you begin to see that as they channel this magic, and a lot more of this kind of shadowy energy starts appearing from it, and the portal seems to be reacting. You kind of hear Mouse from the corner, who is kind of just had retreated to the corner of the cavern. Portia Personiferous, the unicorn, has kind of just been standing over them, just protecting and kind of staying
guarding Huff
out of the fray. And you kind of hear a bit of a wail come out from Mouse as this increased energy is beginning to flow over them. And I would like one of you to roll a d12 for me, as I've made a special wild magic table.
Oh my lord. Oh my days. Oh, good gravy.
2.
Is that
Oh
good?
no, there are some very good things on this. 2 is not one of them.
Terrific.
Roll a d4 for me.
1.
Another shadow appears.
Oh, that was 2 was a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mouse.
Dude, I can't control it. I might be able to try and help with Melly, but this feels fucking weird, dudes.
You're doing great.
I'm not.
We're all proud of you.
No. Don't be. This is awful. It is Vespuccio's turn. Vespuccio is looking very hurt, but we'll roll. Tell you what, one of you guys give me a d6 roll to see if Vespuccio gets his
I'll
breath
do this
back.
one. After that, 2. You should be ashamed.
You got a 2 as well.
It's cocked, actually. It's between a 2 and a 1. Would you accept a 3?
I'll accept a 3.
No, I'm going to roll it again.
But you want a 5 or a 6.
It is also cocked. Roll it, Ryan. I actually have proven myself unable to roll a dice twice.
Well, 2.
It was also cocked between 1 and 2 again.
Oh, okay. You see Vespuccio tries to looks down at all these shadows appearing, tries to summon up his breath weapon to try and take them out for you, is unable to, and so just starts fucking laying into the shadow just with tooth and claw. I will make 3 attacks. Just 1 hit, 2 hits.
Consistency. Oh, fuck it.
Okay, 2 hits, and we'll do a very respectful 26 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice. That is good.
And you see that Nyx right now is looking incredibly hurt.
Good.
You know that she's still going to be being healed, but she's not quite last eggs, but is getting there.
Yeah.
It is her turn. Let's see. No, her breath weapon does not come back.
I like to think she inhales and Vespuccio just fully slaps her with it.
Oh, you all need to start being more hospitable.
Hey, you can't talk. I've seen your back garden.
That's 3 hits on Vespuccio. You see Vespuccio takes 43 points of damage. And
do we see him take 43 points?
Yes, you actually see a little health bar.
Okay.
We see 43 come up in white text above him.
Yeah.
It's like Street Fighter, big numbers.
And Vespuccio is actively bleeding. He is looking incredibly hurt. He is wounded. Another single hit from her will probably down him.
Okay.
But she's also not looking great. Bren, it's your turn.
I had planned on focusing on the portal. but I think I gotta.
Yeah.
I think. Hey, you! Wait, no, I'm not gonna shout anything.
You got a shade in front of you.
My strength doesn't have any bearing on my punching, so I am going to just run. I could also slap it once, and then the mobile feat would mean I can disengage, but that would be one slap, then I cannot deliver to the dragon. So I think I am just going to...
Just going to fully book it and go for...
Fully going to book it and go in on, again, the 4 attacks on the dragon. Do I get sneak attack because she's engaged with?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Then I'm just going to run and going to be like, hey, fuckhead, stay away from my friend, you big dragon dope. And I'm going to start like, in Super Smash Brothers when you get the hammer? Or Mario. I'm going to do that up her back.
Sure.
Okay, here we go.
First off, the attack of opportunity will be a 16 against you.
Hits.
You take 6 points of damage, and your strength is reduced by 3.
That's fine. Okay, 1 hits, 2
Same.
hits, 3 crit,
20.
Nice.
4 doesn't hit. Okay, so
I like that it was a 4 on the 4.
3 crits you've
I'm
done
going
to
to
her.
burn. I'm going to burn a luck point on that last one again.
Okay.
I gotta try and take her out
Yeah.
this round. I'm gonna burn my last luck point again. Hits.
Another
That's 3 18s and a 20.
Jesus.
Okay, cool. Bear with me while I roll this up. So all 4 attacks, inclusive of the crit and the sneak attack damage, is 60 points of damage as I absolutely
Wild.
Mario my way up her back with the quarterstaff. And it's going dun 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 dun. Would you allow me an object interaction as a free action?
Depends what you're trying to do.
Can I fully throw a potion Baldur's Gate 3 style into
No.
Vespuccia's face?
No, not for free.
Oh, okay.
Bren,
Yes.
you Super Smash Bros. Up this Shadow Dragon's back.
Yes.
Just fucking laying in to the spine, cracking scales, cracking bones as you're making your way up.
Can the last hit be non-lethal?
I'm not going to use a lethal hit on it.
Okay.
I want to subdue it because we know it's a green dragon. We know, my read is that when the portal closes, it'll be
Go
able
back to normal, yeah.
get back to itself. So, am I getting to do a finish thing? Am I going to finish it? You going to let me finish the dragon? Will I finish the dragon? Will I do it? Will I just... Ryan, do you think I should finish the dragon?
Yeah, I think when you... Yeah.
Right. Jim, as you do that, you know one more final blow will bring this dragon down. As in, you can narrate how you
Okay.
end this dragon.
I am going to try and knock it out. So I basically run up its back, and then I'm assuming as I crack it in it's fucking upper dragon spine,
Sure, yeah.
anticipating that its head is going to rear up in pain.
Mm-hmm.
I do a flip so I land on the top of its head before I crack it, and then when I do, it lifts its head up in pain, and I'm going to use that like a springboard. I'm going to go up in the air, and then I'm going to basically just double knee drop it into unconsciousness on its noggin.
Okay, you double knee drop it, fucking Tony Jaa style.
That's what I was thinking. Tony Jaa
Smack
style.
down.
Can there have been some scaffold there that its head goes through when I?
Yes,
Yeah.
you see that there was a conveniently placed rocks.
Hey,
a pile of
Brent.
rocks that it goes. Psh.
Engage the rod to hold it down so in case the portal
what
heals it.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I
All-
think
all-
it has enough strength to probably break free of the rod, but I am going to again just Thor's hammer the rod on it.
Okay, so you'll need an action to do.
Yeah,
To
but it's
activate it, so-
unconscious at the moment. So
Yes, but it's unconscious right now.
okay. Hey, Sid, I knocked the dragon out.
Nice. Well done.
Thanks.
Until the lair
Fucking-
action
The layer action is going to bring it back up.
at
again.
20. And you see that her eyes shift open again.
Hey, baby, good sleep.
She growls at you. It's not yet her turn, but she will use a legendary action to just get her tail and whip it up at you,
Yeah, fair.
which is going to be a hit.
Good.
And you take 15 points of damage.
Wonderful news, actually. Wonderful news.
And
She always wakes up like this in the morning. Complete wrong side of the bed stuff.
as you again kind of feel Melody interfering with this portal, and it resonating with whatever internal magic that Mouse has. You see that this shadow dragon Nyx like roars out in pain and anguish, but also like warning and a cry for help. And you hear a familiar zhup as in the middle of this cavern appears Wenceslas atop his shadowy unicorn, looks around, sees that his other favorite pet has been defeated, looks at you all and says,
Well, let's get down to business.
and that's where we're going to end this episode.
That's okay. We know what we're going to do, don't we?
Yeah, kill him.
We do. Oh,
Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do.
I think maybe we have the same idea.
We'll leave that as we don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. 'Cause I want to be held. I want to be caught by surprise by it too.
Yeah.
Whew, there we go. I can't believe you got a nat 20 on the.
Oh, the acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild. I rolled real well this episode.
Real well.
Very unlike myself.
Four nat 20s? If not, even maybe. No,
Yeah.
and that's an initiative as well.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's an insane amount.
Good dice. Good dice. I'm not even suspicious of the dice because it's the one that's always shit. So, good dice.
They just knew.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think we have any announcements. I forgot to check when this is going live. But yeah, that's probably, I think, it. As I said, if you have any other pressing messages, obviously, as usual, please.
Oh God, the portal to heaven is opening.
Please come check out our Discord server. Come say hi. If you fancy supporting the show and showing your support to us, come join the Patreon.
Who's
That
this
would be
redheaded
great.
man? Oh my God.
And yeah, as mysterious redheaded man will come and say nice things about you.
Get him out of here. It's a ghost.
So yeah, I think with that, unless there's anything you guys want to shout out, anything nice that you've been.
I just want to shout out the Rocket Church. They've been really good to me.
They have. It's been
like,
a good past few weeks.
yeah, honestly, I found myself in Rocket Church and
What is Rocket Church?
That's the new religion we started from Comic-Con.
yeah,
When the rocket ship landed.
a rocket ship landed. It was invisible and it looked like people descending from heaven. Yeah. You can join. All you need is a little, like a bell and a bit of restraining rope or something, wasn't it? I can't
Yeah.
remember, yeah.
Well, I mean, just
And Weetabix.
Yeah.
They're real big on Weetabix.
Oh yeah, that came around. They first thing they had on Earth was Weetabix, and they really like it.
Yeah.
That's nothing has peaked it for them.
okay. Ryan, do you want to give a shout out to Time Bandits?
No, we're gonna leave that for the
The backstage,
backstage pass.
Okay, here's Con from the depths of hell to say hello, or maybe it's heaven. Who knows?
Who the fuck knows?
Well, everyone. How are you getting on? I lost yous for a minute there. Actually, probably more like a month. Did no one ask where I was? Was no one worried about me? Anyway, I'll tell you what happened. Some suspicious-looking edgy fella with a deep voice told me that there was an armory of eagle-inscribed swords in a jail cell, and when I went in to look, he locked the yoke for a month. Now, as it turns out by coincidence, that's actually exactly what was in the cell, but it took me a full month to decide which of the three I liked the best, and by the time I used one to break out, your man was nowhere to be seen. Very strange altogether. Now, it's time for me to get back to my self-imposed watch over Lethawan to see if I can't see what my friends are up to. And the first thing I see when I look down at the place is that Sid and them still aren't around. I wonder what's going on. I hope they're not getting killed by goths or anything. I do notice, though, a new tavern. I know it's new because before I died, I was in every tavern. I even died in a tavern. This one's pretty shady looking though, literally. The walls are made of shadows. And who's that I see behind the bar? Aye, but Welchlander himself. It looks as if he's put his hunt to rest for the time being and has embraced the life of a bartender in an infernal dive. Good for you, Welchlander. I also can't help but notice that in the corner of that bar, there's a big group of people playing some game with little figures and dice. That seems to me like a waste of time, but clearly it's not to the man at the head of the table. A face I've not seen before, but I can recognise nonetheless. Anthony has begun spreading the good word of TTRPGs throughout Lethuan. Now, I'm not the most financially minded paladin, as you all know, but it seems to me that if you find yourself in a world where role-playing games have just hit the scene, there's a gap in that market for shiny math rocks. I'm also not the only one who's noticed this, it seems, as I see Liam, now fully materialised into Lethuan one table over, having forged a heap of dice, trying to deal with a clamouring queue of people who are now mouth foaming to purchase them. They look up at Anthony. Was that a wink? Are they working together to control supply and demand of Lethuan's newest industry? It's as if they're under the echoes of some infernal influence. I wonder what that is. And it would seem that they're not alone in this endeavour, as sat just across from Liam, behind a small sign that says Lessons for TTRPG Players, sits Rook ADM. Now, trying to make some coin from the burgeoning RPG scene in Lethuan, he's momentarily put aside his studies of bat guano spell components, which are currently rolling off the table and landing, unaware to him, into his mixing bowl. And on the other side of the bar, I see an extremely familiar sight, an adventuring board. It's absolutely covered with quests for bold heroes and bands to take up, and as I watch, I see someone stride up to it purposefully and slam another quest onto it. It's Dolly, and she's posting a quest for a band to track down and bring the notable hussy Jolene to her. Well, if I were Jolene, I'd be shaking in my boots. But the sign is only up for a moment before it's swooped by a black flash of feathers and brought over into the hands of Oak the fighter, now flanked by a small group of crows, who fit in with the aesthetic of the bar fabulously, I might add. Oak raises the quest above her head and announces that she'll be accepting it, and in moments, 2 fighters jump to her side, and, as is the way of things, a band is born. To her right, I can see Lord Key of House Talon, who in true form is being an absolute legend and jumping in to help. At his side, the mighty sword of his house, the Keyblade, hangs ready again for adventure, and hoping it can bring Jolene in. To her left, Sergeant Gavin Fern stands ready. On break from drilling the various militaries of Lethuan, he seems to have decided to give the adventuring life a go for a while. It might just let him work out if this plane is indeed part of the afterlife, as that's definitely where he remembers being not too long ago. Let me tell you, Gavin, I get it. And that's it from me for the time being. I'm going to take this newly acquired eagle sword, I went for the one with the widest wingspan, in case you were wondering, and hunt down that spiky edgy fella who was around here. He didn't seem to fit the aesthetic, but what do I know? I'm new here too. Alright, look, until the next one, Con out.